know when I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm going to get to a hot air balloon. Like, guys, it does not matter the how, it does not matter the when, it does not matter. Oksalayo, it's something that is there. It's something that you wish you are going to achieve. So once you have a vision of it, you will never forget it. Every time you come back to your goals, you will always remember that I once wrote a goal like this and it never came to light. It needs to come back on the board. All right. So your family goals, anything that you want to put that relates to your family, even if it's your extended family, even if it's starting a new family, even if it's getting married, moving out, whatever that means to you, whatever family means to you, that's what you put in. And then my next one was spiritual growth. That's what I want to look at into this year. I want spiritual alignment. I want to refine myself again. I want to reconnect with God. I want to hear God speak to me again, and I really want to find that solace again. So what's going to remind me is that I need to do Bible study. So I look for a picture that has to do with Bibles, what's this, Bible reading or Bible study that will remind me, Zanele, you need to make time for this. You said you wanted to in 2026 to realign yourself with your spiritual goals. So you need to come back to that. So this is going to be a reminder for me. This week, Pelilu Vigi, I haven't read the Bible, I haven't read any scripture. It's a reminder, it's a constant reminder that don't, and also not just reading scripture, but studying the Bible, studying God, whatever your spirituality looks like, guys. Like I said, this is just my example. Whatever your spirituality looks like, you're going to put that there. And then also retreat was another picture that I put in there. I'm like, no man, I want to take myself on a retreat, even if it's me and maybe and a girlfriend or any other companion, but I want to take myself on a retreat for a weekend, maybe a 3-day retreat where I'm really just me and God and the space and the atmosphere, and realigning myself and maybe evaluating my life, evaluating where I am, evaluating my business, evaluating my family, evaluating my marriage, and really asking God to partake in everything. That for me, that's what I want this year. I've done it in 2023, and I really wanted in 2024, which, yes, I think in 2024, I had a retreat that I did, and it was really amazing. And I want to go back to that space because I feel that I need that reconnection. Whatever it looks like to you, whatever spirituality is to you, you are going to put a picture that aligns to that. All right. Are we all right? Does it make sense, guys? Whatever spirituality looks like to you, that's what you're going to put. And then I'm going to come to health and wellness. I think it is everyone's goals, health and wellness, guys. What you eat, but the people say, well, you are what you eat. So, and we are in the health and wellness business, so what we eat really does play a role. And one of the things that I want to try and change, like I said, try and change this year, is to eat healthy, to try and keep up with the demands of life and just keep my body boosted. I'm already in a business that allows me to actually fulfill that goal. But sometimes we underestimate that because we've got products available to us, we underestimate the power of health and wellness. So that's something that I want to remind myself again this year, that you need to stick to a certain routine, even if it's just for a couple of days, but your body needs that. And also being active. I haven't been active in a very long time, so I want to be active. So guys, whatever life looks like to you right now, if health and wellness is not part of your goal, don't add it. Don't put anything that does not resonate with you. Don't put anything just because you saw it being put on by someone else. Okay, so you are going to be able to just put in what is yours. What if health is not there? Don't. It will be there maybe in the next couple of years, but right now, if it's not your focus, it's not your focus. And then we've got I'm going to come here to passions and habits. Passions and habits. This, guys, is nice to have. Passions and habits are nice to have because these are things that are going to be outside of your everyday business and everyday career, something that you will go out and unwind. Maybe you want to go out for what can I say, maybe a cooking class. It's something that is, it has no much relevance, but it just makes you feel that, what, I'm doing something just to get my mind off things. It's just to get my, if it's drag racing, you'll go for drag racing. If it's spinning, if you like, guys, people love different things. If once in a while you want to go and watch a spinning car, or you want to be part of the car spinning, you can find a way to capture that group of people that are into that thing that you want. It's going to help your mindset to, you know, not always be stagnant in one thing, but to explore different things. And it's going to give you a bit of vision and a bit of alignment to life, and to bring that life out of you. Because sometimes, guys, we get so formal. You know, you get so formal that even your kids now already know what you're going to answer before you even answer them. So when you do other things and you are out, you with different groups, maybe you go and attend a men's conference, or you go and attend a hiking, or you go camping, you go glamping. All those type of things are going to fall under habits, because are things that hobbies, I mean, are things that you do for fun. You just do to get yourself relaxed. You just do to unwind. Those are things you can add that day, even if it's not something you are not looking at doing this year. But eventually, I want to go glamping. I would put a picture of glamping. I have no idea what glamping is, but I'll eventually understand. I know it's the opposite of camping. I've never been camping, also. I don't really understand or know what camping is. But either way, it's something that is in my mind, and I'm thinking, well, it would be nice, to maybe go experience this glamping thing. You want to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. You want to go see the Victoria Falls. These are hobbies. These are passions. You want to learn about birds. Guys, it's something that some people don't even know you have, but when you know yourself, you have. You know, you've got this hobby of sewing or knitting. You can put that there. I want to start assessing what things I love, what things I'm creative in. All right. So you'll put that. If you've got hobbies and passions, once again, this is an example, guys. It does not necessarily mean this is what you have to go and do. Okay. And then we've got finance. I think most of us within our business, one of the key goals is that we want to have financial freedom. That is also going to be different with each one of us, what financial freedom looks like. For some people, financial freedom just looks like me having 20 Rand extra a day. For other people, it means I need to make sure that I don't have any credit to my name. I want to make sure that everything I'm doing, I'm paying cash. So whatever financial freedom looks like to you, you will decide, and you will put there. I've just put in finance, and I put this credit card with the visa on, because for me, I want to finish my credit card. I want to pay my credit card. And once again, this is just an example, guys. Okay. This is for me, it's just my main focus for the year. But obviously, I've got savings, I've got buying certain things that I want to buy cash. So those are things that when I look at finance, when I look at the picture, I'm reminded there's an area you need to pay up this so that you can be able to afford this and do that. Okay. So that's what vision does. It just reminds you. That one picture is just going to remind you, yay, Pela, you said you wanted to do this. All right. And then I've got personal growth. This is again my example of a vision board. For me, personal growth looks like I want to enhance my speaking ability. I want to be able to have more confidence. I want to be able to articulate better. I want to be able to stick to time and, to whatever that is needed for me to grow as a speaker. That has been my life goal. This has nothing to even do with forever. This is something I remember I once told my friend that, Mina, I'm going to have a PhD, not on any academic influence, but I'm going to be a doctor of philosophy in whatever form of life. Okay. So I had no idea at that time what that looks like. I still not sure. Doctor of philosophy for what? But this is part of my life goal. And in all my vision boards, you will always find this, whether it's me at that time thinking I want to stand in front and be able to speak in front of an audience. I want to also infiltrate the international stage. Whatever that looks like for you guys, your personal growth is different from mine. But think of yourself and what you want to achieve as a person. You need to have an identity as a person. And we are going to go to that just now. You need to have an identity as a person. So for me, this is what on personal growth I've put in. And then we've got personal relationship. So I did not put any pictures here for one specific reason. This for me is not my area of focus currently. It's not my area of focus currently, but I left it here for the example and the purpose of tonight to show you. It doesn't have to be everything. It doesn't have to be a lot of things. Just choose maybe 2 or 3 things that you want to focus on this year, and just mainly focus on that. Mainly just you don't have to have 10 things, guys. It doesn't have to look like mine. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. Just have a few things that you know you can focus on, especially if these are things that are related to what you want to achieve now this year in 2026. Okay, so if there are things that you need to attain to do or accomplish in 2026, keep your goal or vision board as simple as possible, as few as possible, so that you can be energized to actually achieve those things. I think we all know, Guti, when you write so many things down that you want to do this, you want to do, you end up not doing anything at all. So cut those things up and look at the three most important areas that you want to work on in 2026, and then focus on them. Because once you focus and you achieve those ones, I'm telling you, 2026, you will be the one talking about vision boards and how it works. Because it works, but it needs you to be focused on it. It needs you to pay attention to it. It needs you to constantly remember what your vision board really looks like. It needs you to constantly look at it so that your mind can remind you, hey, this is what you want to achieve. Whatever, if somebody comes in and distracts you, the vision board is going to be your reminder. So you can take a detour, but the vision board is going to bring you back. Does it make sense, guys? Are we all good? Hit me up on the text. Are we all good? Next slide, my leader. So this is just an example, guys, of what you can put in. So your vision board does not have to have a lot of writing in, but at least make it colorful, make it picture, and then give it a description under each picture so that you'd remember what this picture was going to stand for. Okay. And then just a little bit of a personal note, guys. Just a personal note from me. This is also, again, a personal example. You can have something like this that you can either print out, or you can frame, you can laminate, anything. You can just have a picture of yourself and write your name, and whatever, like something, maybe something like this. I don't know whatever statement that you want to write for yourself in 2026. You can write that. Maybe you'll say Lindokuhle Masego, overachiever in 2026. Lindokuhle Masego, the next upcoming great speaker. Anything that is going to just activate you, to remind you what statement you spoke to yourself in 2026. All right. And then again, just a few affirmations. You can have up to 5-10 affirmations that you would like to put in there. I am only as good as my goals. That is a reminder, guys, that you need to remember that a person without goals or a person without vision does not have a future. All right. So you're only as good as the goals that you want to achieve, and also as great as the goals that you do achieve. Because it's one thing to want to achieve something, it's something else when you achieve it. So you are only as good as your goals, but you are as great as the goals that you achieve. So when you don't achieve, you can write these goals down, but now by the end of the year, if you look at that list and you have not achieved anything, you are more discouraged, you are more demotivated, you really feel like you're a failure. You punish yourself so much that you don't even go back to try and work on those goals again. So make sure that you, at least out of your list or out of the things that you want for yourself in life and in this year, you follow up and you work on it. You follow up and you work on it, because a personal note is going to remind you of the mindset that you had when you wrote it. You are going to remember, yes, when I wrote this, I really had a vision for myself. I really thought I'm going to be the next salesperson. I really thought I'm going to be the next great recruiter, whatever. You are going to be reminded of that moment when you wrote this. That's why even with Vision Board, guys, when you look at it a year later, you are going to be reminded of that feeling you had when you did it. And that is the type of feeling that you always want to have, because it's a feeling of excitement. It's a feeling of personal growth. It's a feeling of determination and commitment to saying, I want to achieve these things. That is what a vision board is about, right? Next slide, my leader. Are we good? Guys, I'm still coming to see if you guys have your vision boards. If we are not going to close those sessions until I've seen someone at least screenshot something and show us that you've done something. You can do it on our WhatsApp chat, so that while we are also here, we are seeing these few examples of vision boards. Okay, it doesn't have to be too much, just a few things. You'll be working on your vision board as time goes on. All right. So maybe just a few things that I can help you in terms of creativity when you are designing your vision board, when you're looking at professional life or the professional things that you want to achieve. You can always break it down to different things. Like I say, once again, there's no right or wrong in vision boards, and there's no you should or you should not, because this is personally your life. This is what you want to achieve. So you can look at things like skills development. So when you're thinking professional, you'll think maybe business, you'll think career wise, your qualification. If you've already qualified, or things that you still want to qualify for, you would look at maybe entrepreneurial, if you want to go into that type of business, entrepreneurial, which is what we are. Or you want to go on to the normal SME business, which is the small medium enterprises of the traditional way. So whichever one, even if it's both, that's still fine. Career wise, is there a next promotion that you are looking for? What are the skills that are needed for you to get to the next promotion? What are the things that you need to learn to get to the next promotion? What do you have? What course do you have to take to get to the next level? Guys, that's the most important thing when it comes to skills development. Skills development is something you cannot not live without. You cannot live without in whatever phase of your life. Guys, I mean, I'm someone who does not love to iron. I don't love to iron. It's something I never wanted, but I had to learn. It's a skill I'm learning. As a mother, it's a skill I'm learning. You understand? For some people, it comes easier. They can stand and just do ironing. For me, it's a skill that I really have to equip myself to doing, because I feel like ironing is just creativity on its own. Like, there's ironing, and then there's just making sure you are presentable when you dress. So its skills are different. There's no better skill, there's no worse skill, there's no low skill, there's no high skill. Everything is dependent on what it's going to do for you in your life. So you are going to check, what skills do I have? What skills do I want to learn or acquire? What is needed for me in this specific goal? So it's one thing to have those pictures up on your wall, or on your canvas or anything, but now you have to bring it home. Okay, Zanila, I want to take my kids to the beach. What is required for me to take my kids to the beach? First, obviously, the destination, then the finances, then how to get to that financial affordability. So those are the steps that you are going to also be looking at. The vision board is the bigger picture, but now you're going to come down and sit with yourself and discipline yourself and commit to yourself. How am I going to do this? Okay, so that's why keep your vision board as simple as possible, keep your vision board as clear as possible, and keep it as attainable as possible. Like I said, it's not about now, but eventually. I love the fact that everything in life, God made it available to us that we can accomplish and we can have. So skills development is something you're going to have, whether you're looking for personal life or you're looking at your professional, even in relationships. Skills development is important in relationships, because you need to learn and understand a person. It's a skill. Listening is a skill, and not everyone has it. So that is you becoming a better person, depending on where you are in your life at the moment. Are we on, guys? Then you've got your maybe business expansion. All right. Like I said, when you talk of business, you're talking about different things. Some people are already here, part of our business, but they also have other business they're doing. Maybe they're into they are into property, so you can look what ways I can expand my property. Maybe you as a network marketer, what exactly do I need to do in order for my network marketing business to grow? What trainings do I need to attend? What skills do I need to learn? How fluent do I need to become? It's a skill, guys. Talking to people, doing what I'm doing, it's a skill you learn. Everything you are able to learn. So you ask yourself, what do I want to accomplish in my business? How far do I want to grow my business? What partnerships do I want? Sorry, there's a bit of a typo here. What partnerships do I want to commit to? What actions do I need to do? So everything, guys, everything about your goals has to come down to action. Everything about your goals has to come down to action. Does it make sense? So when you think of your goals, when you think of that destination, when you think of Zanzibar, you're going to think, okay, how do I get to Zanzibar? Am I going to go there personally and arrange all the flights and everything myself? Or am I going to go through an agent? Which agent am I going to look for? What credentials am I looking for in that agent? You get the agent. How much is it? How do I pay? What's the plan? And these are the dates I want to fly out. You understand that you had Zanzibar, but now you've got a plan. You need to put action to Zanzibar being accomplished. All right. And then professionally, again, you've got brand recognition. Brand recognition is everything about you guys. That is one thing. Even in your career, in the position that you are in, you are branded by the person you are, the what you do. When we walk into a company or an office, the receptionist brands that office. So when people talk to you, you brand yourself. How you respond to people, it's a brand. Lawyer you've branded yourself as that person. So everything about you is going to be a brand. Everything about us is professionalism, guys. As network marketers, we are constantly in a professional mode because you are always networking 24/7. So you are a brand. But you need to ask yourself, what is it that I want to be known for? Who do I want to be known as? What do I want to stand for? So that people, when they talk about you, when your name is mentioned in the rooms, the picture of how they've interacted with you is going to come up faster than who they are reading your CV to be. So always know that you are designing your life in front of people, and it is very important for people to have a certain image about you that will also go according to the vision that you want to express for yourself. And then we come to financial profitability. That is also now when you are looking at your financial goals. What do you want to do? How much do you want to settle? What bills do you want to pay? And guys, start with your small bills and then you can move to your bigger bills. The small bills are going to give you momentum when you pay it off, that clothing account, that credit card, or that overdraft. When you pay those small things off, it gives you momentum with more goals. And that goes with all your goal planning. The little goals that you achieve first are going to fuel you to say, I mind most likely if you can save 50 rand a week, then next week you were like, let me save 100 rand. Then in month end you were like, let me put 150. In the second month, guys, let me save, because the small wins are doing what they are accumulative, and they make you want to win big. But if you're going to wait and say, I want to have, or in a month, I want to save 20,000, and you've never saved 500 a month, it's not going to work. You're going to be discouraged by the third week of the month. So you don't, I'm not saying don't aim high, but don't start scaling high. Start small and build up. So your finances are going to depend on what you want to achieve for the year or for the next 5 years or the next 10 years. You are going to design that for yourself. So when you're with your vision board, when you put finance there, when you put financial freedom there, you are going to come down and sit now with yourself and say, what debts do I have? What credits do I have? Who do I owe? Write them down, expose each one of them, and then you see which one can I work with month by month by month until eventually, it may take you 2 years, it may take you 3 years, but the one that you get to tick off, it's going to give you momentum to say, now I'm going to build on to the next one and tick it off. Next slide, my leader. Guys, are we clear? Are you now, do you now picture the images that you want to put on your vision board? Do you now know what you want your vision board to look like for you, for yourself? It needs to speak to you and no one else. So how many people are ready with their things? How many people are ready with their vision board? How many people are already on the side writing down and noting down, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I need to get done? Are you guys doing it? If you're already doing it, if you're writing down, if you're already making something, even if it's at school where they call it what, mind mapping, even if you're doing mind mapping right now, write it down, and then just click a 2 for me so that I can see that you are mind mapping. Even if it's in your mind, yeah, it's okay. This is what my mind is working on. Let's do it too. Let's do it too, so that I know that your mind is at work right now. Already done, already done. Thank you, my leader. Perfect. Perfect. That's amazing. Guys, this is what we want, so that everyone can, guys, it's one thing to be in a team and want to achieve a certain business goal, but we also want you to achieve your life goals. That's why we are in the business, because the business is supposed to fuel our life goals. So do not forget your life goals. As much as we talk about CCs, we know that these CCs are going to add on to your life goals. So we need you to make sure that you keep your life goals clear. You keep that house, guys, that house that you want, that car that you want, you need to have a vision of it. Do not underestimate the power of vision. Next slide, my leader. The power of vision, the power of vision, do not underestimate it for your life. It's really going to do an amazing, amazing thing into what you want to achieve for the year. All right. Let's type on our chat, power of vision, power of vision, power of vision, power of vision. Remind yourself, power of vision, power of vision, because this is what's really going to fuel what you want to design about your life and yourself. And I believe each one of us here, guys, all of us here are really powerful. We are powerful beyond measure. Power of vision. Yes, power of vision. Let's do that. Let's do that. Sorry, are you still there? Power of vision, guys. Power of vision. Let's do that. Good. All right. So we're coming to skills development. Guys, I will never, ever, ever not talk about you becoming a better version of yourself. If there's ever a time when a person can have all the access to being the best version of themselves, to achieving the best of who they can be at a very low cost, it's this time. We are in a season, in a world, in a lifetime, in a century where everything is accessible and you can literally get a skill without having to go to a university, without having to go to a technicon, without even having to pay anything at all, because there's access to what? To information. So skills development needs to be your top priority in becoming a better person. If discipline is an issue for you, then it becomes a skill you need to acquire. If you are always procrastinating, you need to acquire the skill of doing things on a certain time. There are so many apps that are going to help you and remind you to say, okay, you said you're going to do this from this time to this time. Even if it's a new habit, a habit is a skill that you learn, you do consistently. You get, guys, there's so much influence that you can do when you learn a skill. When you learn, as much as we come into the business and we say, oh, I don't know how to sell, I don't know how to talk to people, and we say, come, we will teach you, it's because it's a skill that you can learn. It's a skill. I always say to my prospects, where you are working right now, if you went there because you had a qualification, it was only a paper you had no experience, they had to teach you how to do the work. So as much as you don't know something, it becomes a need or a requirement for you to learn that. So you have to ask yourself, what programs aligns to who I want to be? What is it that aligns to you? When you look at yourself, when you are looking at Yumpo and you are thinking, I want to achieve this thing, what is needed for you to achieve that? Who do you need to become? Guys, you cannot say, I want to be a doctor and you don't want to go to a medical school. It does not align with the version of you that you want to become. So you need to know, to be an architect, what do I need to do? What skills do I need? And you go and you follow up with that skill. That is a development. That is part of personal growth. It's something you did not have. I did not know how to use Canva. I literally did not. Guys, no one wakes up and knows how to use all these peak mixings. Oh, we did not even know how to use TikTok. We didn't know how to use Facebook. We didn't know how to use Instagram. But we learned it. Why? We kept going back to it every single day to learn what it does. That's how you learn even with Canva. The app Canva, for you to design posters, for you to design presentations, for you, it's something you go back to every single day. You won't get it right the first time, you won't get it right the second time, you won't get it right the third time, but on the 100th time, you will get it right. That's what skills development looks like. That's why you go to school for so many years, because if ever your first year of school was enough information for you to get everything you need, then there wouldn't be first year, second year, third year. Okay. So everything has stages. So you start with the simple things, the simple acts. What do I need to do for me to get to this level? And you start small, you start there. There are online courses that you can take, guys, that are free. You just need to search and ask. The Bible says, ask and you will get, seek and you will find. If you don't do any of those things, then you are going to keep saying, it's not working for me, it's not working for me. But it's not working because you don't have the information to make it work. So your vision needs you to take part yourself. You don't just write it down. We don't just write the vision plain. We also work the vision. We believe in the person who gave us the vision. We connect to the person who gives us the vision. We keep acting on the vision. What do I even invest in to be a better person? Are you investing in trainings? Are you always too tired when to follow your dreams? If you're too tired to follow your dreams, then don't dream. Guys, it's simple. Life is okay with you not dreaming. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna rain harder than it's raining now. It's not gonna be hotter than it's hot now because when I saw that suddenly you're not dreaming. It's okay. And no one is gonna blame you for that. You are the only one who's gonna get to heaven, and God is gonna say, I gave you a dream. What did you do? You are the one that needs to invest the time. Like I said, I just knocked off work, guys. 7 o'clock, I was knocking off. I literally left the work premises at 1:15. After my handover, I drove 20 kilometers to get home just so I can sit here. I haven't even seen my kids. I just said to them, I have a presentation, a training that I'm going to do. Just give me a few minutes. I'll see you guys after. I haven't cooked. I haven't checked on them. I haven't done anything. But here I am. Why? I'm investing. I'm investing. So you also have to find something worth investing in. For me, this is part of my my skill development of being a speaker. This is part of my training, my coaching, my mentorship. You understand? I'm training myself. Even if there was one person here or there were no people here, I was going to do the session and I was going to record it. I'm training myself. I have a YouTube channel now from these sessions that we are doing here. I load them up on YouTube. 10 years later, I know my kids are going to go and going to say, this woman was good. They will be learning from my videos. They'll be learning from the things that I've been saying today. It's an investment. So you ask yourself, what do I need to invest in to be a better person? How long are the programs that I need to attend? If you are going to be in business for a lifetime, you know for sure that I need to be attending programs of growth, of financial breakthrough or financial disciplines for a lifetime. It's a lifetime. Personal development is a lifetime goal. Which skill will produce a domino effect in my life and what I want in my life and what I want to achieve? Guys, how many of us understand the domino effect? Please type a 0 if you understand the domino effect. Please type a 0 if you understand the domino effect. If you don't understand the domino effect, please type a 5. If you don't know what a domino effect is, type a 5. I'm happy. I'm happy I've got people who don't know a domino effect, because today it's going to be the day that you understand why your branding, why a vision of who you want to become and how you want to get there, it's going to set you up for life. It's going to set you up for life. A domino effect basically, guys, means, you know, when they put I don't want to use the word domino, but I'm looking for something. Like if you put sticks, sticks together, or bugu together, or I want something that when you push one to fall, it allows everything else to fall in motion. Does it make sense? Like you put one and then go next behind it, and the next one. Like if you see, for let's say line, if we are all standing in a line, and then they push me to the next person, and the next person pushes the other person, and the next person pushes the other person, we are all falling in a sequence. That is a domino effect. We are all falling in a sequence on the same path, on the same line. No one is on the side, no one is falling whichever other opposite side, but everyone is falling. If it's backwards, we are all falling backwards. That is a domino effect. When you have that one skill, when you work on that one skill, it actually causes the rest of your life, or the rest of the skills and the things that you want to accomplish, to fall into place. When you have that one thing that you want to achieve, and everything just, like if let's say you want to be a chef, and you know that, you know what, if I can be a chef, then I can have a book. What do they call a chef's book? Is what, with ingredients, those type of things. You guys, I'm bad with cooking things, but I want to give you an idea that there's that one thing that when you do, it will allow you to do other things, and those things are going to align purposefully with you. If you're a minister, maybe let's say if you're a pastor, okay, maybe I understand ministry better. If you're a pastor, and part of being a pastor is you developing and growing people, not just ministering and preaching, but part of it is personal growth. It's coaching them. You are going to have, okay, simple example, guys. Simple example. Yes, a receipt book. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. Guys, do we all know Bakhet Lamini? husband to Nokwanda Dlamini, one of our FBOs. Pake Dlamini is a family therapist, family counselor, therapist, and whatnot. He used that, a family therapist, to unleash a whole domino effect of therapy, mentorship, aligning couples to marriage, and also being an author. But it all started from one thing that he worked on tirelessly to accomplish. So when you, let's say as an FBO, when you want to grow and expand your business, and at the same time you want to help other people to do the same, you are going to focus on the trainings of becoming a best FBO, the trainings of how to recruit, how to make sales, how to do presentations, because once you've got that, you are going to be able to have a note or a way, a step-by-step guide that works with you and how you do things to teach someone else to do that. And once you have that in place, you become the coach that you want to be, because on top of that, you are going to also be doing what? Learning how to treat and lead people. So being an FBO gives you a target of leadership. It gives you an area of financial literacy, because you need to learn how to manage your money. It gives you an area of becoming an author. You can also write. How was your first year of network marketing? You become, guys, there's so many things that from one thing that you do, if you can just focus on it every day and be best in it, it will help you get that domino effect. It will bring everything in alignment in your life. So think about it. Think about what is it that you want in your life that is going to cause the rest of your future to resemble that very thing. And that is also going to be part of your branding. It's going to be part of your business. Next slide, my dear. So now, does it make sense? Domino effect. One thing and it flows. One thing and it allows you to flow. It's not an overnight thing, because the one thing you are going to be doing, you need to be good at it. Jim Rohn always says, choose one skill to develop, work on it every day until you are a master in it. As if no one else is doing it until you are a master and you become a professional in it. The reason why people end up becoming professional network marketers is because they've done it so much. They are training themselves every day to professionally become network marketers. And over the period of years of their experience, they know what to teach. They know what works and what does not work. So it's not an overnight thing. Like I said, vision boards are going to be part of your life journey, your life goals, but it has to align with how the rest of your life has to look like. So create a domino effect for yourself. Forever has given you so many connections, guys. Use those connections to learn who you are and who you need to become. And Forever will also finance those things. You are in a business that is going to allow you to finance the life that you want. I was so touched when our coach CSM said she attended John Maxwell's Leadership Academy. It is my dream. It is my goal to be a John Maxwell Leadership graduate. It is my goal. It's over 100,000 to do a course. Few weeks course, over 100,000. It's my goal. And when I saw her do it, I'm like, I am not lost. I'm right where I need to be, because I'm in a business that understands my passions and my goals. And that's why you stick to it. You stay with the people that's why your vision board, when it comes to personal relationships, your friendships, they have to align to who you want to become. You cannot have friends that are always partying and yet when you want to go into business. No. Again, this is just an example, guys. I'm done with my presentation, but this is just an example of some of the things that you will ask yourself with family. How much time do I want to spend with family? What's my next holiday location? What improvements do I want to do in my home? Maybe you want to renovate your house. What is the biggest renovation that you want to do? And what are the small renovations that you want to do? And you see which one you need to start with first. You will decide on that. You will decide on that, because you are the one that knows the life and the goals that you have for your family. If starting with the small goals, like maybe changing your bedding every month, or maybe when I mean changing bedding, I mean like buying something new for your bedroom, or buying a new furniture, or new something in your house. That is part of what you and your family want to accomplish. You do that. You stick to that. Your friends, like I was just mentioning, the friends you have around you, are they going to promote the person you want to become? Are they going to help you? Are they going to influence you? Are they going to direct you? Are they going to say, stick with it because it's part of who you are? Stick with it because we can see it's taking you somewhere, even if it doesn't make sense now. But stick. Are those the kind of friends you have? If those friends have, then it means you are lost. If your friends are not taking you where you are lost, I'm not saying leave your friends, but I'm just saying sometimes there are people that we have, we love, and we are always around. They are not part of our future and not who we become. We are not part of the things that God has aligned us to. Next slide, my reader. So these are questions that you guys, when you do vision board, you can explore so many things. But when you're done with your vision board, come down with yourself down and say, how am I going to accomplish this? Where do I start? What is the simplest form to start today that I can do? And then what can I do in a week? What can I do in a month? What can I do in a year? And what can I achieve in the next 3 years? The most important thing for me this year is what? That is a question I'm asking you. What is important to you? What is important to you this year? Family, friends, financial freedom, business ventures. What is important to you? And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, is it really important? Or is it just me gloating about it? Because we always say, hi, Mina, family is important, but we're still not giving our family the life that they want. We're still not giving our family the time that they need, that they deserve. And if I can't give my family time because there's so many stresses here, when I'm at home, when I'm with my kids, they need money, they need this, then I can withhold that time to pursue something that will help me to say, when I have time with my family, I also have provision for them. When I have time with my family, I also have what? Provision for them. Because I see to have time with my kids and so it means I need to put this as priority number 2 and put finances as priority number 1. How do I make more money? How do I build more income? How do I stretch more on what I'm saving? What can I do in order to fulfill this thing a family that I want to stick with? Okay. Guys, does it make sense? Are we ready with our vision boards? Are we ready to start seeing what Forever can do for our vision? Do you see how big your vision is? Guys, do you see how big your dreams are? If your dream is not big enough that it scares you, or if your dream is not, it does not scare you, it's not big enough. You have to have big dreams so that you can wake up every day and say, even if it's raining cats and dogs, this business has to be the lifeline. This business has to work. Maybe not today, but my investment is going to come. So give yourself that grace. Give yourself that grace to work on your business and work on your 3 to 5 year plan. Work on even if you share this with your family and tell them, listen, guys, I'm doing Forever so that we can have a holiday in Mauritius in the next 5 years. I'm doing this business so that we can move from this location to the estate. Like, guys, I said, when I came in here, I can't put my video on because there was load reduction. The conversation my husband and I are having is like, we need to move from this location because we can't. We've got so many business ideas that we want to pursue, and we cannot have electricity going anytime we need to host meetings. So it becomes a conversation that you get to have with your loved ones, and they get to support the vision and the business because they know this is the vehicle that it's going to take us to that thing. And that's what vision boards are supposed to do. They bring you guys together. You can also have your personal vision board and have a family vision board where you sit with your kid, to sit with your partner, and you say, guys, what do we want for our family? What do we want to achieve as a family? And then you also have that. So your vision board is always going to help you to create the lifestyle that you want with your family. So guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry I went 10 minutes over, but I just had to say this last part. And I hope it makes sense. I hope I added value to each one of you, that when you are sticking with your vision board, when you are putting in that paper, when you are sticking that holiday or that car that you want, you are doing it with so much pride, with so much joy. It's not just a picture you are putting there, but you are declaring to your life, you are declaring to yourself, you are declaring to your goals, you are declaring to God that this shall happen. And then you come and we work and we put systems in place so that we achieve the things that we want to achieve. Sometimes it's good to even speak to your mentor. Tell your mentor, listen, this is what I want to achieve this year. Help me pay off my bills. What can this business do for me? Step-by-step guide, and she will or he will be able to sit down with you and say, listen, we need to focus on 1, 2, 3 areas and allow yourself to grow. Present, guys. Do not fear. We all started stuttering. We all started repeating 100 times until you eventually flow in it. But if you do not do it, you will never grow in it. Even with your goals, if you do not work on them, they will never be achieved. Vision board, and you'll never get to tick anything, and then you say they don't work. They cannot work for millions of other people, but not work for you. Kanjani. When it's a system that is proven to work, vision boards work. And please go out, go and create that vision board, share it with your mentor privately, because vision boards can be private. If you want to share it privately, if you want to share it with your team, you can share it with your team to say, this is mine, this is me, I want you guys to hold me accountable. Eventually in my life, these are things I want to accomplish. And then you can tell your mentor, this is what I want to accomplish this year, so help me to at least tick this one goal off, or at least be halfway there, but have a system in place that will help you to get there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soaring Manager, for this opportunity. I also feel really energized for this year. It's going to be a different year for us.